All right. So a very good evening, late, depending on where you are out there in the universe. You're apparently, hopefully, you're on Earth. That's generally the general consensus of the most human beings that are here on this planet. But you could be anywhere on this planet. It's a good sized planet, I guess you could say. But in Los Angeles, it is currently around, what is it? What time is it? July the 9th, 2021, around 10:30 p.m. Okay, so what's going on? What's the topic? What's new? Like what? Because I there's always something new going on. There's always something interesting to talk about. Hold on as I turn the fan my way. That way I get a little cool air as I vent. You like that? Yeah. A little bit of cool air as I vent, but it's not venting. It's not because venting implies complaining, and that's not what this is about. This is not. I didn't design this channel to vent and complain. I designed this channel to create a journal and to create and to inform and to possibly help myself first and then help you people out there later. That term has always been misconstrued to sound derogatory when you say you people, but it's not meant in a who's you? What do you mean you kind of people? Like if you go up to, boy, I'll tell you, you want to piss somebody off, like and you're in an argument or something, and whatever race they are, you identify their race, but you don't call them a derogatory name, but you go you know what's you kind of people, oh my god, like it's like just wow, you hit them on that nerve or something like that. It's so amazing that so these people have such fragile egos, that you could say something like that, and they don't even know them personally. Like you get into an argument with somebody, whatever, and all of a sudden they take it so personally. They get so mad, they're willing to fight just about to go to jail just to. But can you imagine? Let's say, well, there's a lot more of one person out there that's going to say that. What are you going to beat up everybody? You can't. You can't. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. And the problem is they don't teach you this in school. They don't teach you how to defend yourself physically and mentally. More important, mentally. Like what the real world is. I mean, I guess in elementary school or in high school, it's kind of accepted. The name calling and that. Because you're not a mature adult. But in the real world, it's that shit happens too. And I guess the stupid thing, this fighting thing, is was oh you're the real bigger man because you know how to fight or so what? That doesn't mean nothing, it's so stupid, It settled the argument. Oh yes, that stops the argument because you can't take any more of what that person's saying, so you have to try to like stop them from talking. But I told this to a security guard one time. He was on the sidewalk. He kept hounding me while trying to do pickup, and I wouldn't stop. He said, "You want my attention? You've got it." It's a big fucking guy, Samoan and everything like that, and he goes to me, "You still talking? You're still talking. Why are you still talking?" I looked at him, I said, "Because I can." You don't fucking come out there and try to stop me from trying to talk to women on a public sidewalk, you fucking goon. You're a security guard for that club. I don't stop you from you doing your job. Why you got to stop me from doing mine? I took that from Rocky Six, Rocky Balboa. Don't fucking stop me. Try to stop me from doing mine because if you want my attention, you're gonna fucking get it. And what I mean by that is I'm gonna cut you into pieces verbally. I'm gonna do everything I can to disrupt you, to throw a fucking monkey wrench in your machine, because you're not gonna stop me from living life. Okay, you would be a protector. You ain't fucking protecting nothing. You can't. Everybody's entitled, to their own rights to do what they want. Okay. And as long as if I'm harassing or whatever, they can call the police on me, then the women. That's their job, not yours, security for the place. You have no business getting involved in anything. If they came out of your club, once they leave, it doesn't matter. Not on your property anymore. And that's what they told me that down the block at that place when I had that altercation. Those fucking goons, the security didn't come to help me when those guys were threatening me. But at the other fucking place, goons, fucking try to keep me. They know what I'm trying to do too. It was funny because one of the girls was really harassing me, telling me to get the fuck out of here. So I'll stand wherever I want, public sidewalk. You don't own anything. Tell me where to go. And then other people, they started, they tried to help because the other girls fucked it. The girl was really telling them, just making herself look out to be a real fool, And that's what happens. That's what happens. It's like, if you engage somebody that's way above you, they're going to make you look like a fool. What does it say? If you try to represent yourself in court, you have a fool for a client. Some it just, I just don't get it. It's like, look, there's people that are very, very, very good at something, and you think like you're gonna fucking show them. They're just not prepared. Like they don't understand. They should be though. They shouldn't be just trained, how to handle a drunk person. No. You better be fucking trained how to deal all types of people out there. You want that kind of job. Fucking guy followed me all the way up the block. Fucking goon. An asshole. I have just as much right to be there as any human being there is on a public sidewalk. I'm not up on their property. I'm not in a fucking club or anything. And I'll be fucking damned if you're going to keep me from trying to live life or do whatever I want. That's the past. Talk about what it was. Everything's the past, but it happened today, but I want to talk about what happened today. All right, so I went to the gym, and like with me, once I told you how serious I am, how focused I am when I get into something, and I've been watching. There was I think it's called the Happy Life guy. He does karate training and stuff, and there were like 2 hours worth of free lessons, and you thought self-defense. You think he's going to teach you, okay, just basic punching, deflection and stuff like that. I would say at least 70% of it, 70% of it was learning about yourself. 70%. Understanding, not about why you get agitated and stuff, but situations that could arise and where you are and why things happen a certain way. And then there's just downright rotten people out there that might try to like grab your throat or try to hurt you or something. And the 30%, he talked about that switch that I talk about, turning the machine on. And once that machine's on, if your hand's on that circular saw, may God help you. God can't help you. And I think about myself, turning myself into that machine. Like it's an old machine, right? I was born in 73. So it's this old machine. But I keep it in real good condition. And I sharpen the blade every night. I don't need to turn it on. It's not my job. Actually, I look at it like this. When I'm training, that's when I turn it on. The machine is tested for practice, and lots of different things. That's my exercise. It's keeping that machine working. And when you're out in public and dealing with people, the machine stays off. If somebody gets in your face, that means their finger is real close to flipping that switch. Real close. And then if the decision has to be made and that button goes, then it's like cut them to pieces. The machine will cut them to pieces, whatever. Evil people bullying you will not be tolerated. He said something really interesting. He said, like a nice guy is just not used to, you're not taught how to fight, but you have to. There are times, unfortunately, if it comes to that point, you throw what's called a surprise party on them. Use some cute terms. I like that, Throw them a fucking surprise party. Be the last time. I'm quite sure. And if not, it doesn't do anything for me. And I will not be bullied. I will not be put in my place. I will not have somebody control my life unnecessarily. If police tell me to do something, I'm doing something wrong, I listen. But there's a big difference between a sworn police officer and a bully of a security guard or somebody trying to pick on me. Big difference. A big difference. So what happened today? No altercations or anything, but let's talk about, the Warrior, what happened. So on my way to the gym, there was a two-set, which was two chicks walking by. And the girl that was, there was two, one was not bad at first, but the second one, she was a qualifier. Right now, she was kind of trailing behind. And it was like, okay, it's kind of fast because I'm walking and they're on the same block. And I just said, hello, when I walked by. And I did get a hi from both of them. And I just kind of thought to myself, and I said, okay, the reason that I didn't push really hard on that, there's something that I've been seeing a lot lately, which conveys the neediness and desperation, demonstrating the lower social status, which in a way implies homo inferior. It does. And I hate showing that. It's like I really wanted to talk to that one. The second one, I thought, what could I have said? I said, all right, well, you could have said something like, hey, can we just stand here just for a second? I mean, what? What do you say? Why? And he said, because I'm feeling really good energy from you right now. Could have said something cute like that, maybe. Now, it was around 8 o'clock, it wasn't that dark yet. So take all these things into consideration. Timing, when you're trying to talk to women. 2, 3 in the morning, on a block, if they're, like you're probably coming home from something, it's not a good time generally. I know it could happen, but you just have to put all the odds in your favor for everything. It's not easy. And when I'm in my gym clothes, it's like kind of like I'm thinking, all right, man, we're getting ready to turn the machine on here. So it's like I'm focused on that. I'm focused on getting to the gym because, what I did in there is like, oh my God, I watched this one guy. He's like the Army's fittest guy or something. He's like 33 million views on YouTube. Oh my God, this guy. He's strong, but like this guy's balance and holy shit, his control of the way that he's using his legs and he's hanging on this thing and, his legs, everything is like unbelievable strength of control in his core. Jeez Louise, man. Kind of inspired me, So what I was doing with these plank walks and stuff like that, I kind of, they have AstroTurf in my gym, was scratching up my elbows, but it's kind of cool. I said, let me try it. And it's fucking hard. I like challenging myself. Doing stuff. And even that guy, that happy martial artist guy, said, get comfortable being uncomfortable. I love that. I love it like when my nose crap's coming out. I like it when my shirt's all soaked and I'm working hard. I love it. It's a euphoric, natural high. So, I was a little bugged by that second woman because she's just, wow, she's really good qualifier, you know. I never got a call back from that one I gave the card to earlier in the week. So, you know, but I try to think about this like this. This was about a block from me. So I keep saying to myself, maybe you just see these women again walking around. But I am saying something. Now, I should have maybe had my card, you know, it's something I don't know, you know, like you have to make some kind of move. They're not a clairvoyant or psychic, but you don't want to be 101. I told you, like there's 100 idiots there all trying to hit on these women. Unless you're something different, you're not going to shine. You have to have something that separates you from everybody else. And that was the thing I really couldn't think about. You know, I was trying to think real fast. What separates me? Those two women are walking by. It's like, you know, you're it's tough. It's challenging. It's hard. You know, I wish I had the answer. Like, I'm not going to be kind of like this mystery, kind of like psychopath kind of guy. I don't like that. I don't want to freak women out. I don't want to, you know, well, they're not freaking them out, but it's just, okay. So here's what happens. I made it to the gym, and I'm doing my stuff. And then I saw something that intrigued me. I told you there's a lot of gays in my gym, right? You never see. And there were a couple women in my general vicinity. They were both pretty. And then I watched a guy do a pickup, and it was close enough to me where I wanted to see his routine, and I caught it from the beginning. And I saw his intro. He said, I forgot what his name was. Hey, hi, my name is so and so. And he wasn't like Casanova or nothing like that. He got right in a conversation. He talked about like where he just came out here from New York. You know, he's out here, and he asked her what her name was, and she had a good body. You know, she was short. It was real short, kind of like it, but everything was really solid. You know, even I looked at her. I looked at her. She was not bad. She was a borderline qualifier to me, but anyway, I watched him, and he was no, you know, real incredibly good looking in my opinion. He was very kind of average-ish, but his approach, you know, it was a little above. You know, he was very, you know, confident. I noticed, and he got her attention, and he kept the conversation going. And he asked her about her, and kind of kept it on her, and I watched. I want to see. I want to see like what happens. And I think he got her number, or she put his number in her phone. Um, I did not see. He did not go in for a hug or anything like that. He kept. It was maybe the whole conversation was. I don't think it was 10 minutes. I don't think she said, but it was between five, close to 10. She gave him a good amount of time, and she left. And I was gonna approach him. I was gonna say, "Hey, are you like pickup artist or something like that?" But I said, "Mike, you know, look, it's just a normal dude, you know, trying to get some action, whatever, you know." But I didn't need to like, you know, go up to him and ask him for help or advice or, you know, approaching. I have a trouble with this. I hate that. I used to, but I just think that it was good to watch other people. You know, I want to see. I want to see how the struggle is for other people and if they get success or something. You know, it was just a good. I liked the thing. Um, you know, I'm very serious when I'm in there, kind of thing. I told you that. You know, I guess that's how progress is made, by being serious and focused in whatever field you're in. Make something to eat. You know, I know it's so late, but you know, that was my experience for today. Um, yeah, that one chick that walked. I know. See, you can feel the pain, right? I know there's always others, but it's like you say you second guess yourself. You say, well, what should I have done? What could have, you know, I could I have said this? Could I have maybe tried that? You know, just try everything. Try everything, you know. I do want to finish on one last thing, and this is relation to the last episode. because I thought about this. Remember, I showed you the ball. You know my story of waiting by Dodger Stadium in the parking. Wait, you can wait there too. Great trivia question. How many people have ever hit? How many people? How many players have ever hit a ball out of Dodger Stadium, which would constitute the parking lot? I think it's 5. I think the first was Willie Stargell, who played on the Pittsburgh Pirates. If I'm not mistaken, Mark McGwire hit a ball that like went off the top of the bleachers. They have like these. There's like a aluminum siding or something. I think it went off the top of that and then rolled down in the parking lot, which is in excess of. I mean, if it's not 500 feet, it's damn close. It's damn fucking close. Maybe more. Giancarlo Stanton, who plays on the Yankees, he played for the Marlins as well. As far as I know, he hit a ball out of Dodger Stadium. And the 5th person was Mike Piazza, as far as I know. I think those are the only 5 people to ever hit a ball out of Dodger Stadium. And why that's so impressive is because Dodger Stadium is in a ravine. And the air doesn't push the ball out. I watched a special where they were talking about like places, for example, like the Kingdome in Seattle, the Mariners play. These guys, like when A-Rod was playing there, Ken Griffey Jr. These guys are, teeing off. Every ball hitting out. Easy to hit home runs there. For Barry Bonds, the porch at right field, not Candlestick Park, at 3Com, or it used to be 3Com, Pac Bell Park. Use that little club, he's left-handed, hit that ball in the McCovey's Cove, So, a tribute to that, that's why these guys had so many home runs, These guys said they would have had a lot more. A-Rod said I would have had a lot more if I would have played, or some other players, if I would have played there, I would have had a lot more. Griffey Jr., some of these guys were hurt for a while. They still wound up with like damn near close to 600 home runs. A-Rod almost 700, 696. Can you believe that? 4 away. But the reason that he retired was that he got a lot of pressure from him to make 700. And then if he would have made 700 because he's a Yankee, then it would have been an immense amount of pressure to crack 714, 715, Babe Ruth. And then if you would have made 715, you would have got even more pressure to hit 755 to tie Aaron, and then of course to go after Bonds at 762. So let's just let it go. And Willie Mays, of course, he goes, if I didn't have to play in the Polo Grounds, I would have had 800 home runs. And then he had military service, the war. Didn't play. They were in the military for a couple of years. The guy still had 660 home runs. But people don't discount Willie Mays, He said, like, if I was playing today, they'd have to give me half the franchises. So he made a great point. It's funny. It's funny. He's still alive, 90 years old. Huh. Yeah, I'm a little upset about that woman. I wish I could have been a little more creative. That's maybe one tactic you could use so you don't wind up being dude number 101. Somebody's walking by. Think about, you wanna have a lot of tools in your proverbial arsenal tool shed. You have to. Because again, like I told you, a guy like that, So, well, he's not your competition. Until you really good, they are. See, I saw a guy do pickup right in front of my face. It shows these women are getting, these guys. They want to get their needs met too, and they're showing. So you have to show you're not schmuck number 101. And that's going to be hard to do. In a way, when I'm practicing my intensity, they're watching me, that's great. Women see I'm not one of the 100. I'm not 101. That's my HDV, my high demonstration value. Like when I would go out dancing. At specific venues. So in a way, when I'm so intense in the gym, the women are looking and say, wow, this guy's really going something. So you're not part of the 100 or whatever. That's bonus for me. I'm there to make progress, period. So if the right woman notices it, that would be absolutely lovely. But I'm not counting on that. I'm there to build a machine and keep it running absolutely efficiently. Just in case it has to be used. A spare tire, You don't want to use it unless you absolutely have to. It's very interesting when you think about it. When you approach, you got to think, what separates you from any other guy? Well, you're different, of course. You're unique. Everybody's unique, right? But was it Dan Pena? Boy, you want to hear somebody hardcore? YouTube him. He calls women, they go to a seminar in his castle in Scotland. He calls women guys and they attend there every name under the sun. He's old school, real old school. He's like 80. He might be close to 80 years old. He gives you extreme tough love, if that. Calls everybody snowflakes. Calls women cunts. Guys cunts and pussies and everything. The guy came up, I think, like his dad, when he was a little kid, he made him put his head inside of a lion's mouth, and did something like dragged him along off a car, some ridiculous, dangerous fucking things. But it made this guy into a fucking beast, a warrior in every facet, And what it comes off like he's a jerk, right? That's what they called me, that woman. Now I remember the name in the market. The checker. She called me. She says, "Yeah, you're the guy that comes because you act like a jerk here." That's just homo inferior mind thinking. Standing up for yourself and being assertive never makes you a jerk. Okay? In their eyes, anybody says, "You got, what's your problem?" For unwarranted reasons. And said in that tone, in that context, is not coming from somebody that sincerely cares about you. And I read through that. I see through the generic narrative. I've been around too long. All of a sudden, I'm the jerk. Let them think. Let them think that way. Okay? Ultimate Warrior said, Let them criticize and judge you, for your greatness will silence them all. Maybe you never become great or something like that, but my point is that do not allow them to put you in your place. They will try. They will call you names like jerk. They say you are being harassing. I forget what the guy said. You're being quite aggressive. I said, no, I'm being assertive. The guy that touched my stuff without my permission, wouldn't even ask me. That was being aggressive. I've never touched anybody's stuff in the gym, ever. I've always waited. Or I work out on the machine. If their stuff's on the ground, I don't touch their stuff. It's not mine. I have good gym etiquette because I've been in the scene for over 30 years. I've seen it all. I remember one time I was at this one gym, Beverly Hills Health and Fitness. This guy collapsed on a treadmill. He was having a stroke, a seizure or something. He was having a seizure. Nobody did anything. I ran to the front. I said, we gotta get this guy help or something, you know? And today, on my way to the gym, I did something really nice, really caring. I was crossing the street at a light, and there was an older woman. I was really having, she had a grocery she was carrying. This older woman, nobody. There was nobody else walking with just her. When she got halfway through the side, the on the way across the street, there's cars that could turn, right? Literally, make a right turn. And this old lady, she's really old. She wasn't moving that fast. So what I did was, now she's crossing this way. I'm going the opposite direction. The second she got about halfway, I was halfway. And what I did, I made sure I stopped and I made sure that she could make it without cars going real fast, or that they're in a big that might not see her. Okay. Turning from one street where she was walking, or like there were two forms of traffic that could have turned where she's walking, and I stopped my position just to make until she made it across the street. I was like the protector, the shield, to show the cars, hey, let her go first. I still made it across the street too. I do it because I feel it, without hoping that a young hot woman would see it, without expecting anything in return from the old lady. I just do it because I feel it, because it's the right thing to do, because I don't see anybody else doing it. And that is what makes me different. That's what makes me different from being 101. And I hope that shines without a woman seeing it. I hope they see that in me without having to show you, let me show you what I could know. It's part of who I am. But there's my kindness is not my weakness. It's so easy to say, oh, you're so nice. That could be taken advantage, that could be exploited. That could be taken advantage of in some ways. But it's not. I don't let guys step on me. I don't let people get me out of there, tell me where to go, what to do. The balance, balance. one old lady one time. One time I was helping them, and I said, well, how come young women don't even help? She goes, they don't know any better. That was her answer. They don't know any better, is what she said. Interesting. Interesting. Never thought about it like that. But remember, you're built with your own moral compass in your brain. Stop asking people for advice and help and how to do something. Learn, read, watch, experience, grow, and change. Modify everything constantly. Everything is changing constantly. You have to change, get better, get smarter, get wiser, get more patient. Unpatient times, get more patient. Don't be on this thing all the time like everybody else. Stop being like everybody else. Stop doing like everybody else. Stop letting this control you. Stop being like 100 other guys. So you won't be 101. I know, it's like, well, if I was famous or something like that, well, okay, whatever. I'm not. If I had a Lamborghini, then I wouldn't be like 100. That's true. But I don't have that. It's hard to get that if you have nothing. Believe me, just $100,000 car, whatever. I don't know how much those go for, whatever. I told you, condominiums I've seen in Las Vegas, you could find for 100,000, and some of them really nice. That's what I'd rather have than a fucking car. I'd rather have a fucking nice place than live in, garbage housing. Hard. I hate that word too. Life is hard. I hate saying that because hard implies there's nothing like, I try to say life is challenging. It's a big difference. Hard is like just implies like it can't be, like it's a defeated, depressive way. Like you can't do nothing about it. I don't like vague terms. I like challenging. That implies that it can be beat. Like you can get your needs met. You can get that place you want. You can do this. It's just you got to figure it out. You have to unlock the secrets in your mind. Whatever it is, that creative. I told you about this. We had this when we were kids. Like there's ways to find a way to get you where you need to go in whatever facet of your goals, whatever your dreams are. They say aim for the stars. You might hit the moon. You might get something. I don't like to be a passive observer. I told you I watched that guy trying to do pickup only because maybe that I could learn something from that. But I am not one to sit in the fucking crowd and be entertained. I hate that. I like to be the doer. I like to be the one on stage or the one creating behind the scenes. Those are the people that get the real recognition. I don't need to be entertained. I don't need it. I mean, okay, I told you all the shows I grew up with and the shows I watched and I've seen, but not lately. I cannot tell you the last show I've watched on television because I have a television, it's not plugged in, and it hasn't been. I don't watch anything. Maybe I'll go over to my friend Ruben's place. He's got that TV on 24/7, but I'm talking to him. Something's on there, it catches it in my peripheral, but I'm not there to watch. I don't care about any of that shit. It does nothing for me to stimulate me intellectually or to move me forward. If it's anything, it's going to tease you. You're going to see women that are really beautiful. You're going to get it doesn't help you. How do you get from that? You don't. It shuts your mind off. It's nothing. It's nothing. They're the ones that are doing. People that are working and making stuff on TV, they're the ones that are the doers. You know? They're the ones becoming. They're the ones that aren't the 100 and 101. They're the ones that are getting those kind of women. The doers. The doers. You don't have to be on television. You don't have to even be the producer or director behind the scenes. I'm just giving an example. But you have to be a doer. And you got to do enough that it shines. Somehow. It shines brighter than like the 101 guys. Remember I talk about a diamond? It's built through pressure. And it's in a matrix. It's in like, it's in rock, in a matrix. In stone, and all that granite around, all that whatever, that's the 100 guys. The diamond is something special. It's forged through pressure. The diamond is not 101. The diamond is in a league of its own. And that's where you have to get. You have to be the diamond. In some way. In some way. You have to figure out a way to be the diamond. And I know what you're thinking. Well, the diamond is like LeBron James, the best athlete, the best basketball player. The diamond is like, Shohei Ohtani, baseball right now. Yes, they are diamonds. But you don't have to be a professional athlete to be a diamond. There's plenty of diamonds out there that don't receive worldwide recognition. They're your doctors. They're your inventors. They're your caregivers. They're your nurses, police officers, firefighters, people that donate their time to help others. Plenty of diamonds out there. Your teachers, your EMTs. Okay? Many ways to become a diamond. Many, many ways. And I'm trying to figure it out. But it has to shine. It's tough for that diamond to shine in a place that like LA, where what I would call, which is filled with plenty of pollution, interference that gets in the way of you shining. I'm not saying I should be able to get any woman I want. I know. It doesn't work that way. I know. But it just would be nice to know that I sincerely tried. But you have to separate yourself from the average. Somehow. And that's what I work on every fucking day. I work on it in business. I work on it physically. Not just how I look and everything. Being able to have confidence through being able to fight. But also physically too. Trying to get my doctorate degree puts you up. Sometimes I second guess it. I say, is it fucking worth it if you're not going to teach with it? What are you going to use it for? Still shows less than 2% of U.S. population holds a doctorate degree in any field. Okay? I'm not just banking on that. You have to be a diamond. Or you're just gonna, if you're a guy like some people, you don't understand. I'm talking about for me. You, whatever you are, if you're happy with that, good. I don't even listen to me because it does not, it is irrelevant to you. It's not gonna help you. I'm just talking about what I've gone through, my own personal experiences. Just being brushed off by women like this, pushed aside, and from guys being forced out of the equation. That's what they try to do, one way or the other. The diamond shines, the star shines brighter. You know, look at it like that. You know, you look up, you see all the stars, right? There's tons of planets out there that you don't see, comprised of rock or gases and stuff. But the stars shine brighter than any of them. You have to be the star, not the movie star. You can be, if that works for you. That's one way. But you can be a star in many ways. And maybe one day there'll be a woman that fits your visual description, and she'll see that you're not just like like all the other dudes that do approaches. You have to get in there, in here, get in, bra. Yeah, you got to get in there too. You will. You get in here, you will get there. That's the key, though. You don't practice your communication skills, you'll never get in there. I think you're a joke. That's why I started this channel, is to work on my communication skills. The more you talk, even though I'm not talking to a woman right now, maybe I am. There's one person always listening to me. I don't know. And I really don't care who that person is. I don't care. They're irrelevant. I don't care if that number is 1 or if that number is 1,000,000. Actually, I would, because then I would get money. And money helps. You know, the more money you have, the more power you have. And the more power you have, you can get your needs met. You can buy things. You can use the weight and leverage, unfortunately. But that's how life is. You want to sugarcoat and lie, or you want to be honest and tell the truth? Anyway, hope you enjoyed this episode. We will be back. We will continue what I call the war. The war will keep going. I will keep persevering. I will keep going. I know it sounds like I'm a little down, but you know, when you see no success, you know, it's like you're in the war, you're in the trenches, you're fighting the war, and nothing's really happening your way. But maybe it's like, you know, when you're going forward in life, sometimes the pace is so slow, but you are going in the right direction. Hang in there, hang tough, and just believe. Always believe. Always believe. And, you know, just try to think about it next time. Get really, really creative. Next time you see the woman you like and you get a chance to say something, get really, really creative. Think about that. Don't think about what to say. Think about what to do. And then what you do, then maybe you'll say something creative. Get fucking creative. Don't be like the other average 100 schmucks out there. You're not going to shine. You're not going to fucking shine. You got to, like, extraordinary, difficulties require extraordinary, perseverance and challenge. Look up something on Google. Look up, what can I say that's complete, that would really shock somebody, but in a kind of a fun way. I thought about something on the way home, what I could say to a woman. It's a little bold and a little brazen, but set in the right context, it might be cute. I would just love, if I would just love to hang out with you, to have my way with you, but say it in a funny way, like in a funny way. If you said it in a harsh tone, it's kind of threatening. But you could say something that could be taken like kind of aggressively, but in a cute way. Get creative, have fun, try to have fun with this, make it into a game. I just gotta tell you, what I would give to, what movie you could watch? You want to see somebody be kind of brazen, it's like that. Watch Big Trouble in Little China with Kurt Russell. Okay, there's a scene when he's trying to pick up on Kim Cattrall in the airport, and he goes, and he says something. He tries to, hey, would you ever? He just goes right up to me and goes, hey, would you ever just consider jumping right into bed with me? And she goes, sure, but not a guy in your condition. And he goes, well, what's wrong with my condition? And he goes, well, you know what? You should try coming down to my level sometime. Or, it's Miller time. And then he goes, hey, when I say it's Miller time, and then the gang kind of fucks with him. But you see the cute verbal kind of thing. It's like a jokingly brazen kind of thing. And would you just consider jumping right into bed with me? Like kind of a cute. Who would say something like that? Who would say something like that, right? You don't have to say exactly that, but think about on those terms. Think about on those terms. You could say something kind of funny, like in a playful way. Some of these pickup artists go cocky funny is the combination. Cocky funny. Not a clown and not an arrogant prick. A cocky funny. Interesting combination. If done very, very well, you create this kind of like shock in a woman kind of thing. They want to see something like that. They're used to the generic youp, what I call the generic pickup, or the nice guy or bad boy kind of thing or something. A generic pickup, guy. Generic pickup guy gets treated like 100 guys. You're clumped in like them. You're nothing special. You're not unique. You have to show. If you only have, it's like saying like this. It's like being put on audition. Okay, you got 10 seconds right now. I'm giving you a chance to audition for this. Do something interesting. They're putting you on stage, right? Now, you could do something stupid, try to act like a fool or something like that. And they're going to be like, all right, next. You might get a laugh for a second. All right, next, get out of here. Or, think about it like, somebody that shows up really prepared and does something. Oh, wow, I haven't seen somebody do that before. A lot of people do magic. I'm not saying you have to do magic or something like that, but I'm trying to imply the uniqueness of you. Especially like when it's like he's trying to hit a moving target. When these women, they're walking by, they're going like you got to do something, and you got to do something now. Show me your uniqueness. Show me you're different in a non-threatening way very quickly through something said creatively or shown or demonstrated. I thought of something, maybe like when the girls are walking, trying to lay down on the ground, go, you're not going by me without, who would do that? Lay down on the sidewalk, say, oh, you're going to have to step over me, or something like that. In a joking way or something like that. Get fucking creative. I was going to think to try to do that. I probably will. Why not? You only get one go around in life. I don't want to be on my deathbed saying, hey, you know what, that beautiful woman, if I could have just laid down on the sidewalk jokingly and said, try, and try again. Fail forward, and fail forward. Try something different. Try something unique. Try to be different. Now, I know a lot of stuff will make you look like a fool. That's part of the whole thing. So it's because normal society really won't do that. Because the normal society is those 100 guys that all do the same thing.
Now, that's not going to guarantee you anything. Laying down on the sidewalk, hey, or saying, hey, you know, that brazen comment or anything. It's not going to guarantee you anything. But I will guarantee you this. You say something very creative and unique, or you do something like that, like I said, they will remember that because it was something different. It was something different. And get really, really, really creative. Because if you get really creative, it shows you're not threatening. You're a good guy. You're just trying to be doing something a little unique and different. It might shine like a diamond. And then they might want to know more about you. That's where you start to get in here. But you might need, an opener of a little shock or something to stop them. Because I told you what happened when I was walking down the block going home from the gym a couple days ago. They just brushed me off like I was in a 100 group. I should have laid down. I was gonna do the lay down there. I was thinking that's the time to do it. To fall down or something like that. You're not going by me unless lay down. You're gonna have to step on me to get by. Joking something. I don't know. I'm gonna think of something really fucking good. Okay. I'm going to think of something better than that too. I'm going to really put my mind into thinking of something really creative to say. Because I want to beat those 100 guys. I want to be that diamond. I want to be that diamond. I want to be that diamond. Okay? I know I said it 3 times and I said it with passion because I'm that serious. I don't want to be in 100. I don't want to be an average, like in a like an average granite stone like these guys. They don't get. They don't get. Because I don't get. You have to be. Look, I thought, when I got into bodybuilding, I said, okay, that's where, build an incredible body, like better than anybody else, be the best version of you physically, then everybody would notice. There's half truth to that. You get like, gay guys noticing, and people might even test you, saying, oh, this guy, let's see, they're intimidated by you. But women, they say, oh, they do care, but it's not that big of a deal, okay? Because we're living in a synthetic age. Guys can use gear, it's a lot of that, you know. It's more important to learn presence and character and uniqueness and creativity and how to be a diamond, and communication skills. That can only get you so far. The dancing thing can only get you so far. It could be an opener. That's all it is. But when I was doing that, such a curmudgeon, it didn't work. I learned the hard way over many years, many years. Fuck. Without getting laid. Imagine going out to nightclubs for 10,000 nights and getting nothing. Jesus. I know I'm not the only one. Okay. If you learn anything from my struggles, it's great. Good. But that's my goal. Is not to be average, not to be. I know you can never get them all. It would be nice just to get one. Just one. Maybe once in a while. That would be nice. I'm still waiting, still trying. All right, it's been an hour. You have something to eat. Hope you like this one. This was a good one. Hang tough.